guys, it's Jamie with Southeastern Soul Tribe, and it looks like we're doing a collective reading today. Interestingly enough, um, I was very ready to just do Libra today, trying to get off scot-free, right? Wrong. I don't get to do that today. And although I know this is going to be a very interesting read, it's going to be a little bit different. It's not very general. There is a topic that I think that we have been blessed with today. You guys know that I have 2 placements of Virgo and 1 placement of Gemini. What are those ruled by? Mercury. And Mercury is all about communication. The gift of gab. Yes, I have it. I'm blessed with it. Feel blessed if you're blessed with the gift of gab, and not just gab, but having actually something to say when you say it. The difference in some people is while I'm careful and considerate mostly about what I say, and I used to have a different type of filter, I'll say, but I have extracted the people-pleasing out of my communications for the most part. We all do people-pleasing a little bit here and there. But where this started this morning and caused all this pink writing in my journal for today, it started with music. Yes, I have 2 songs to reflect on that started this whole thing. And okay, let me just go into it. First, I want to say this. Like I said, it is a blessing to be able to communicate. Have you ever met someone who you are just looking at them and you're just like, say it, or you just wanted to like hit them on the back of the head and say, spit it out? I'm not talking about people with a stuttering problem or that, but it's the people that just couldn't quite get it out. Or you know that time that you just know when somebody has something more and they just leave it out. And how do you think you tell that? You notice that through their mannerisms, right? I do. Did you know that those little inclinations that you get is part of your intuition speaking to you? Those little ding, 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 little alarms going off. Now, I want you to think about this. Picture a mime. Picture this mime cannot verbally communicate at all. Or somebody who's deaf, they can't hear, although they can make noise. And some of them can communicate with their words. They have learned that over time. But to be an effective communicator is a blessing because you are able to communicate and get a point across effectively. Now, let's talk about the thing that while we can be an effective communicator with knowledge that we've gained from a book and all those classes that you might have taken in some type of schooling that you've had about public speaking, we can easily make points about those, create arguments, have debates, right? What happens when it becomes a communication that you have about an emotion that you have and how that it affects someone in your audience? Often we create a filter and we become conditioned to the filter that we create based on what the other person's emotional response will be to the communication we make about our own convictions based on the emotions that we have. We also learn to condition our communication to filter out things that bother others, don't we? Yes. That's another reason why a lot of music is made. And interestingly enough, and where I got on this morning, was I was concentrating and thinking this morning. Meditation was about the full moon, the fact that it's in Scorpio and how much emotion is behind that. Scorpio is water energy, it's cup energy, okay? And let's talk about Scorpio for a minute. If you think about the concept of scorpionic energy, you're thinking about, often you see people with heavy Scorpio placements that we automatically think that Scorpio is being secretive, and that's not always the case. Scorpio can be very distrustful in their shadow. They can be very jealous and violent even sometimes. And they may hold secrets, but they dislike passivity tremendously. They really like straightforwardness. They may come off as passive, but I guarantee you their emotions sometimes get in the way of their expression, and they'll hold it in. This time period in a full moon is meant to be a time when we're releasing, okay? A release of the emotions that we may be feeling about things. You should have been highlighted over the past couple of weeks, especially with Mercury retrograde, which makes this a very auspicious, crazy time for us to be feeling some type of way with the scorpionic energy, feeling pressured with the full moon energy to release something. And we've been faced with the opportunity right in our face with Mercury retrograde. I'm hearing that song, all my exes live in Texas. That's why I hang my hat in Tennessee. I don't have any exes in Texas. I got one that was from Texas. That don't matter. The point is, I'm here, they're there, and then there's the phone call and our, technology that we have today. I'm sure you guys been hearing from somebody from the past, and it don't have to be your ex-boyfriend, your ex-girlfriend, your ex-lover. I tried to reconnect with my sister, family members, friends, all those things, and those feelings are coming up around that, whether your reconnections were successful or whether they weren't successful. And it's going to put it in our face and make us relook. That's what Mercury retro is about. It's about the relook. You don't have to fear Mercury retrograde. It's another opportunity. You get a redo for a minute. But this is about the emotions behind it. That is the hardest, top of the line, hardest thing for humans to communicate about. It's often, like I said, why we put it in songs. What if you could actually, without fear, communicate through your language or through music or through dance or some type of expression, freely express your emotions? That is also known as transmutation, because our emotions hold an energy of some kind. Their emotions can be jealousy, emotions can be anger, emotions can be sadness, emotions can be loss, just any of those things. And guess what, guys? Despite contrasting belief systems that we've all been conditioned to, all emotions are valid, especially yours. And your emotions should take precedence, because your understanding and comprehension of your personal emotion around anything that's happening in your life is 100% going to manifest out into your real world experience. Okay? So if you're in a holding pattern about feeling some kind of way about some kind of something, most likely from your past, because yesterday seems so far away. But yet, it wasn't so far away, especially when we leave the days behind and we carry the emotion forward. And as we get older, we can choose to turn the knowledge or the wisdom that we gain from the real world experience that transmuted into an emotion within ourselves. We can either turn that pain into purpose and use it to witness out into the world to help others who experience the same pain. It's the human experience, okay? Or we can hold it in, continue to feel victimized by whatever happened to us and not accept that it might have happened for us, and hold animosity for others who might have been part of that experience that created that emotion within us. It can be family, it can be friends, it can be anything. For the longest time, I held those things in. So what we're going to do today, going around the zodiac, is we're going to take a look, a deeper dive, and I want you to pay attention to your sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, or whatever placements you have in each one, and take notes. Write down the highlights that resonate for you from each of your signs, and then put a plan together. I want us to do an experiment together and see if my tribe out there can get on the same page with me and try to wrap their head around any type of emotion that they may have that feels like a blockage or a hindrance to them in the progression of the real world dreams and aspirations that you have. Be it anything, in career, in relationships, in anything, okay? Whatever you think about the most, that thing that you always wanted to do, but you don't do it because of the emotion of fear or whatever the emotion is. Naming that emotion is half the battle for actually moving it out of the way. It's an obstacle. And one thing that we can learn to do in order to get rid of it is learn how to effectively communicate about that emotion. A lot of people who hold in that pain can't even put a label on the way they feel. They can't name it. They think they're mad, but it's really sad. They think they're jealous, but they really have an insecurity inside of them that was caused because their mama always said they were blah. So they might be mad or hurt by mom, and it comes out into the world as jealousy and sometimes even vindictive, mean behaviors. It all goes together. It's fluid. All right. So I was listening to music this morning, and, those were already meditation thoughts. The fact about communication, the full moon, the Scorpio, blah, blah, blah. And then a little thing about me is if I'm listening to music and I hit the shuffle on music that I like, you don't know if you're going to get a rap song, if you're going to get a Grateful Dead song, or if you're going to get a gospel song, or you never know in my car. All right. Well, Eminem and Dr. Dre did a song called Say What You Say. And I have some lyrics to highlight. I'll make sure that I link their work into my video in the About section. That way everybody gets credit where it's due. But I want to say there's a contrast between this song and the other song that I've got to talk to you about, which was the song Say by John Mayer, and then Say What You Say, Eminem and Dr. Dre. Please listen to both songs and pay attention to the lyrics, but I'm going to highlight the lyrics for you in case you just don't like music or you just don't want to take the time. But Eminem and Dr. Dre said this: what you say is what you say what you say, how you say it. Whenever you saying it, just remember how you said it when you was spraying it. All right. that lyric in itself is talking about, hey, go ahead, say what you want to say. Just remember how you're saying it. Basically, pay attention to your audience. Remember how you said it when you were spraying it. The way that you say something versus the words that you use can greatly change. It's context. It's the way that you express. So a lot of people are fearful of the words that they need to say. You will automatically put you'll articulate the words expressively if you're connected well with your emotions, if you don't filter them. If you just stop trying to filter and just say it when you feel it. I don't believe that Eminem and Dr. Dre is correct by they're using fear and threat in this about remember how you said it when you was spraying it. Well, if you listen to all their lyrics, you know that they're expressively stating the repercussions from their standpoint for saying what you need to say. Because Eminem and Dr. Dre says, if I could use this power for good, I wouldn't, not even if I could. And some people have full intentions of that. You can tell by the context and by their actions that fall behind it. They also said from the hood, and I'm a hornet. I'm only sting when I'm cornered. Like my old lady, because what you say is what you say. Sometimes you mean two different things, depending on your mood, if it swings. Think too many things. So they're making a point that they know, they're aware. Believe it or not, they're doing the right thing. You know what they're doing? Authenticity right here. Hey, these guys know they're pissed off. They said it right here. I'm a hornet. They also gave you the repercussions for talking to them in a certain way. They created a fear around how you communicate to them. So whether it's worth it to say what you need to say to Eminem or Dr. Dre, your audience is important. But either way, you're allowed to say what you need to say. The people that you want to keep in your surroundings should not have repercussions for your expression. And if they do, you have to reconsider for yourself if they're worth that energy. And for those things, if we carry weight behind that, we have to figure out a different way to transmute that energy, a different form of communication or a direction for that communication. Because there's probably a reason deep within us why that we've surrounded ourselves with somebody who's created a repercussion for our emotional expression. Okay? John Mayer, in his song Say, says, take all your wasted honor, every little past frustration, all your so-called problems, put them in quotations. Walking like a one-man army, fighting shadows in your head, living out the same old moment, knowing you'd be better off instead if you could only say what you need to say. Even if your hands are broken, even as the eyes are closing, do it with a heart wide open. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. Say what you need to say. All right. So yes, John Mayer has a much more gentle approach to saying what you need to say. Even when he says, even as the eyes are closing. So if your audience are going, or even if somebody's on their deathbed, There are times when you can absolutely regret not ever saying the words. And then God forbid that person pass away and go to the other side. And then now you got to figure out how to talk to them over there. And how to transmute the pain of the things that were unsaid while they were still alive. Because you didn't know when their day was over. You never know when the days are numbered. So every day is an opportunity for self-expression and for self-examination for the emotions that you have in or around anything that has caused you mistrust, pain, or whatever emotion that you feel. The ability to express those emotions is a gift. And if you have it, don't waste it. And if you don't, I'm here to help you try to put that together as best as I can. And the number one thing is recognizing the emotion, recognizing where it comes from, and allowing yourself to feel it first. I write these things down. Some of the things that I write in here, I wouldn't want anybody to read. And I keep that locked away. Because sometimes I'm just expressing myself, and when I go back and try to look at it, and I start to rationalize the feeling I had, I realize that feeling was more about me than it was about anything that somebody else done. So that's why I adopted the method, sleep on it. The meatloaf method. Let me sleep on it. Anything that you feel, or anything you're about to say about your feelings, you probably should sleep on it for at least 24 hours and review it the next day. Because how many times have you said something out of anger and then you woke up the next morning and wished you hadn't said it? Don't hold on to that fear very long, but examine it. Figure out if you didn't say something because you were afraid of that person's reaction or not. If that's the only worry, then you need to figure out about if that person's worth it for you or not. But if you really, really love somebody and it's true love, there won't be a repercussion for any emotion that you express. If there is, that person needs to be reconsidered. All right? All right. So we're at 22 minutes and 39 seconds for an intro. So let's get started. We're going to start with Taurus because we're in Taurus season. Let's see what Taurus needs to know. Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides for this Scorpio full moon regarding communications and emotional transmutation. What is it that Taurus needs to focus on? Or what might be going on within their relationships at this time? All right, Taurus, it's moon energy. This is Cap energy, but it's in the reverse. So it's also like the moon card, Cancer energy. The moon is also the balance of your shadow self, your light self, or whatever. And the fact that it's in reverse is you may be coming out of a place of stagnation about that. It also breaks down to the number 7, which means that we may have already made a decision about an investment that we might be considering making. Interesting. This comes to the number 5. There may be some conflict. For me, this feels watery as well right now. So there may be some type of conflict that you've either had in the past or you're facing right now, in this energy of choosing to invest time in a place that you have emotion about. It may be about a relationship too, because the reduction comes to number 2. But this is the number 5. There's some conflict. You may actually, though, be coming out of a place of feeling left out or something like that. However, the door to spirit is in reverse. So that could also be like hangman energy. There may be a feeling or something going on around not listening to your guides. So let's see what the tarot says. I'm not doing the Celtic cross on these reads. These are short messages. So I'm going to clarify each energy card for us. Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides. This is for Taurus. The energy oracles I pulled here for Taurus. Why is the goddess of the moon in reverse? You may be dealing with an Aries, Aries, Taurus, or Libra energy. You may have separated from, or there may be some manipulation around that. You may be realizing it and making a choice about it now. Choosing to invest time in confronting that situation. The Emperor in reverse is separation. It may be a father figure, a husband, a spouse, or the fact that your empire is upside down. And I told you I thought this was cup energy here. And I'm guessing this might be the thing too, but somebody's really refusing to do a transformation at this point with this in reverse, but this is Scorpio. Maybe an Aries, Libra, Taurus, Scorpio combo here, or Cancerian. So there's a little problem with stubbornness here, and there may be a conflict around that. Somebody's not listening to their intuition. Show me this door to spirit in reverse. Yes. Okay, so you may be trying to do an equal give and take with someone who's not giving you the same respect. And your spirit knows it, and you're not listening. Anything else for Taurus? Advice. Yeah, somebody's not very happy here, and we're still running around with this broken heart. So your heart space is here. That's why all the cup energy, the emotions are heavy. We need to look at the heart pain around not getting the give and take is not equal here with this, with whoever you're working with. Could be Scorpio, Aries, Taurus, like you, Libra, or Cancer. Okay, so that's the message for Taurus. That's at 28. All right, let's move to Gemini. All right, let's shuffle for Gemini real fast. Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides for our Gemini collective. For this full moon in communications, relationships, and emotional release, what does our Gemini collective as a whole need to work on? Here, what messages do you have for Gemini? Gemini, I wasn't going to pull 3 cards, but 3 came out, so I can't just ignore that. There's a contract on the line. This might be something that you have already set into place. This could also mean a spiritual contract or a karmic contract that you've had already out up there in the ethers. This is something that you can't just walk away from because you're kind of locked in here. Or it could be a Libra energy. This is the number 6. 6 is nostalgic. It's somebody that you definitely have a past or a karmic tie of some kind with. Somebody's a little stuck. They're not making a decision to move back or forth. They're kind of fence sitting here. They can see that what's on the other side, but they may not be doing a whole lot with what they've already got. And then this door to value is the number 4 card, where we're actually holding on to something, probably from the past, and not moving off the fence because we're worried. This goes from the 6 to the 3 to the 4. So it's almost like taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back. And you may have been locked in a pattern about this, but there's something to do with your personal value here. Why that you keep hanging on to previous contracts that don't get you anywhere, that keeps you going in a repeating pattern over and over and over again. Somebody don't want to feel left out anymore and they're waiting on the wheel to turn, as a side note. Could be dealing with a Libra. Gemini, Libra. Alright, let's see. With the tarot. For Gemini, what's up with this contract? Why is the contract card here, Spirit? For Libra, for Gemini, regarding this contract. Why is the contract card here? Scorpio in the reverse. Somebody wanting to move really fast. We're not wanting to transform this energy. We don't want this contract to change. And you got the Emperor, Taurus, Libra, again, Aries. Taurus, Libra, Aries, Scorpio. It's something about that is moving quickly. And there's a huge fight against it. There's a pushback. We do not want a transformation in this area. Or you may just be dealing with one of these signs, but there's some manipulation tactics here as well for Gemini. Show me the garden and the gate in reverse for Gemini. Yeah, we just sit here waiting. That's a number 3. We're on the fence. We're waiting, waiting, waiting. Waiting can be your worst enemy. Show me the door to value for Gemini. Well, that's progression. I mean, we're trying not to juggle anymore. What else? There may be a partnership or a connection coming together, but there may be a lot of conflict around it. And we may be walking away from that in the near future. Or your advice might be to do that, to recognize your own value. You may be heading toward a Leo, or it's going to take a lot of strength to do this. The infinity sign is always above that head here. Somebody with Leo heavily in their chart may be a forever connection for you, Gemini. You put that where it belongs. So that's what I have for Gemini. Let's move to Cancer. All right, next for Cancer. Ooh, that wind. I'm glad I had the windows up or my cards would have just blown away. For Cancerians, what does Cancer need to look at? Full moon release energy for Cancer. All placements of Cancer, love and relationships, or whatever relationships they have going on. What does Cancer need to look at? Well, it's like this. You're either dealing with a Leo or in the 2 energy, there's a partnership where there's a lot of happiness. And then there's a third party over here that does not make us very happy. We cannot see the sun with this person. It may be a Leo energy, or it's fire energy too, but we've lost a lot of passion regarding whatever this is. We're going to get some clarification here. For Cancerians, for the Cancer collective with this read, what is this full moon release about for Cancer? Show me the cornucopia for Cancer. It's like, been there, done that. I've learned this lesson, but I really don't want things to fall apart here. Show me the sun in reverse. There is an air of unhappiness here. Yeah, because there's a problem around independence, not being independent or not having a wish fulfillment. We've lost some money here, maybe even. Um, we've not come to a completion about this yet. We're not allowing it to happen, so there's a block around that. There's some fear. We feel like we're stuck in something here. You could be dealing with any air sign, earth, or fire sign. Cancer. Any advice for Cancer regarding this or who they might be dealing with? There is a lack of teamwork here. Teamwork makes the dream work, Cancer. Yeah, okay, so I ask, is there any advice? This lack of teamwork and resting upon the idea of that, or maybe being in reconsideration of that, can turn the sun back in the upright. You notice here the sun's in reverse. When we feel trapped about that, if you can come out of that space and recognize and look at it, realize that this lack of teamwork here, the lack of the working together with others, is not helping. It's time to rest on that, meditate on it, do the meatloaf method around it so you can turn the sun back up in the upright. Okay? It's about a new day, a new light, and creating a better atmosphere for happiness. All right. That's for Cancer. If you're not dealing with a Leo, I'll be very surprised. Ironically, the next sign is Leo. So let's see what Leo's dealing with. Is Leo dealing with a Cancer? All right, for Leo. Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides. What does Leo need to look at? For Leo. Show me Leo. Leo, you may have been tied up into something that comes to the number 5. There might have been a lot of conflict around that. It's the same as swords. It may have been up in your head. You might have been conflicted. You don't have to stay trapped about anything. Your personal power is the biggest thing, and you may be trying to get your power back, or that might be the advice here. What else for Leo? Yep, it's about a broken heart. Got my heart broke running from the reasons. It's a 9. You're almost there, though. Coming out of this with this number 5 in the reverse, dropping the conflict and looking into the space of why that we feel broken or hurt about something is definitely something that we need to look at. You might be dealing with an air sign or a water sign. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Leo. Show me the all tied up card in the reverse. You might be cutting loose from something. You feel a block because of money and stability somehow. And yeah, you haven't been making a decision. You haven't been making a decision at all. It may be about a water sign. You need to invest some time into looking at this pain. You may need to invest toward a water energy, but I'm looking at the way that this guy is looking at his investments. He's kind of disappointed that only one of his seeds took, but he's looking at the ones that he's missing. He's also looking at a decision that was not made in the recent past. May have been also about an earth sign that's in the reverse, maybe a very manipulative feminine energy, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, feminine. So Leo may really be struggling with either earth or water energy here. It's all revolving money. It's heartbroken, but your happiness may very much be tied up in more money and stability things than it really is about your heart. Or you may be, this is another thing I've seen too. You try to focus on money to avoid this emotion. So you're actually covering up an emotional space or the emotions about something with everything about money or making everything about money. That's for Leo. That may be blocking your manifestations of more abundance coming in too. All right, let's look at Virgo. All right, spirit, angels, ancestors, guides for Virgo. Show me Virgo. Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides. What does Virgo need to see here for Virgo? For Virgo. Virgo, you got the Cancer card too in the upright. So you may be getting ready to make an investment, but you haven't quite made the decision yet. You know, but you're not talking about it. You're not telling anybody. You might have a secret. You fear some hostilities here. You know that if you go to work on whatever this is that you've made a decision about and you're not talking about, not be dealing with a Pisces or a Cancerian, but you know there's going to be some fights or hostilities around it. For Virgo. No, yeah, for Virgo. Show me for Virgo. What does Virgo need to see here? Show me Virgo. Show me the Goddess of the Moon card for Virgo. Oh yeah, conflict is heavy. A lot of fire energy, a lot of passion around this decision. There's Pisces again. You're waiting to hear from Spirit about this, or you're getting tired of waiting about it. You're keeping a secret, very much so. Virgo and Pisces here so far. Virgo, Pisces, and Cancer is here. Not so the swords are here with hostilities, but there's also outer conflict in your environment. Virgo, show me the hostilities card. Where are the hostilities coming from and what? Somebody's not getting enough rest and somebody's trying to leave here or wanting to. Any advice for Virgo? Past life connection. Nostalgia. Might be getting in the way. You might be going back to a past life connection, or it has something to do with kids. There's not an offer on the table. Not a new start. Any advice around that? Why isn't the Ace of Cups here? Why is it in reverse? Moving too fast and not facing the conflict. We don't want to look at the conflict, and that's going to block your opportunity. Past life connections, walking away you're not even getting any rest, and that's causing conflict. I'll tell you what, I'm starting to get hot. Excuse me just a moment. I have a shirt on under this, so don't panic. But I got to take this off. Ugh. Burning up. Sorry, guys. Let me get a drink. It was really cold this morning, and when I got dressed, and now it's not, but I got my windows up too. All right, so Virgo, you're dealing with a Pisces, a Cancer, or just simply somebody with a lot of emotions around it. Could be dealing with another Virgo, possibly an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. You'll know according to any of that. But you can go to a calmer space. There's a lot of holding on here, paycheck to paycheck. Money might be an issue. But it seems like a lot of cups and nostalgic stuff on the table. You have to determine whether that secret's worth keeping or not. So pay attention to that too. All right, let's it's Libra time. Libra, I don't know if I'm going to get to your actual reading today. I got a lot going on when I get done with this. I'm going to try to work some shorts in today, hopefully. If you guys need a private reading, go ahead and get in on that. The message, or the information about that's in the about section of this video, or in the description of this video, or in the about section of my thing. They're only $35. So, all right. Let's see what Libra needs to look at. Libra, 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 Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or whatever Libra placement you're watching for. For Libra. I'm sleepy all of a sudden. Super sleepy. For Libra. There might be angelic, something angelic here. Might be something about work. We get by. We get by. We all get by the grace of God. We all get by. Working, you may need to start working on your attachments. Attachments to people, places, and things will keep you in a holding position. A holding pattern is not good. It keeps you stuck. You may not realize you're stuck. Do you realize the level of attachment that you have to people, places, and things? Are you too over-dependent upon others? That's the question. This is about stability and security. All right? This is the first chakra. It's at the base of your spine. And this is where your sense of stability and security is stored. And when it's upright, it reveals that your energy is flowing freely regarding these issues. Even if you've had problems with feeling secure in the past, these challenges are beginning to be resolved at this time. But then yet there's attachments here. So you really might be conflicted. This is a perception of the need and choice to let go. Perceived need and the choice to let go. There are things that you think you need for your stability that you do not need. I keep telling people this is an inside job. I've had to learn this. I promise you, if you continue to hold on to things that are a perceived need that you actually don't need, and you're allowing it to block growth, I promise you will end up losing the things that you think you need. Because God's got jokes. He will show us real fast what we can live without. That's not always fun. So you need to figure out whether the things you have are attachments or if you need to lighten your load. What are you holding on to you need to release? It's time to take off the mask. Somebody's wearing one. It might be about a marriage. Show me this first chakra. The moon. There's Cancer again. Or it may just be talking about the full moon. Cancer, Pisces, or you're stuck between worlds trying to make a decision. Show me the attachment card. There's no teamwork here. You might be attached to someone who don't want to work with you. Someone that might be wearing a mask. Somebody that might be wearing a mask that they're more successful than they are. You know the truth already, or you're about to get it. Could be a Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, or that might be you. Are you wearing the mask, or are they? There's no offer here. There's no real opportunity, no newness. Why is the Four of Wands over here to the side, Spirit? What is it about this marriage or commitment that we need to know about for Libra? Stop waiting. No more waiting. You're attached to something that's not responding to you. If they're not in your vicinity working with you and collaborating with you right now, you're about to find out the truth about that. This guy is going right toward this offer that's not being made, and this guy's bringing the truth to you, or you them. Anything else for Libra? It's time to let go. It's clear. It's definitive. Letting go, letting go, letting go. Let's do Scorpio. You're either dealing with, Libra, you're dealing with Cancer, Pisces, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Okay? Scorpio. Messages for Scorpio regarding the full moon. Messages for Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to know? For Scorpio. It's time for rest and meditation, Scorpio. You too have attachments. There's a completion that's here. This rest and rejuvenation and the attachments. Time to take the mask off. It's time to tell the truth about something. You may be forced into an opportunity or given the opportunity. You might have your heart broken too. It's going to be your opportunity to look at the pain during this time period. All right, let's take a look and try to get some clarification for Scorpio. What does our Scorpio collective need to know for Scorpio? Rest and rejuvenation card for Scorpio. All right. Your intuition may be very, very heightened right now. This is Pisces, a Pisces card, the High Priestess. It's time to rest and meditate on that information. You may not be going anywhere for a while. You cannot take the trip. It's time to rest. You're not going to be moving. This is Cancerian energy, Pisces, Cancer. Right now, there's not going to be a new opportunity. Show me this attachment for Scorpio. King of Wands, fire energy in the reverse. Somebody may be manipulating with sexual things. Manipulation, a lot of passion there, but there's no justice in it. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There's Libra here. You may not be getting any justice, and this may also be around an Aries, Libra, or Taurus energy. Somebody's being very stubborn. This might be about a father figure or something like that. Or Libra, who's not, Libra is not in the upright. You've lost passion for a Libra who wasn't operating correctly. Or this Aries is in the upright. They're going to stand up for you. This is a father figure. But your attachment is going to be broken from the lack of justice that was had and the lack of passion that is no longer here. There might be a father figure in your life who is going to be standing there. But there's not going to be travel right now. Your intuition is feeling that way. So you might as well take this time out to rest on that, okay? What you don't see is there will be a wish fulfillment that comes in. You'll feel like you want to grip onto it a whole lot. You won't feel lost at all. Might not feel a new opportunity, but your Aquarian energy will come in. This is going to be a very important time. You will wake up and see that there is something that you can do for the greater good here. Yep. You may struggle a little bit. It may keep you up at night a little bit. Not, not wanting to learn the lesson, not wanting to get rid of the attachment. But you'll be able to work on it. You'll make the decision one way or the other. But you have to get some rest. All right? Rest and meditate, Scorpio. You're going to feel this the most. It's affecting you. Sagittarius. All right, guys, let's look at Sag. Angels, ancestors, guides. For our Sag collective, for this full moon energy, what do they need to release with relationships or need to look at? For Sagittarius. Show me for Sagittarius. You may stop making plans. You may stop working with someone. This is Virgo energy in the reverse, or the number 3 in reverse. You may have lost a little money here because of a lack of strategy or a lack of a plan. This is like 9 of Earth. You may be going it by yourself for a little while. Let me look at that card real fast. Yeah, you may have to get a little more creative. It's about intimacy and creative. You may have to try to get closer to somebody else. I see Earth energy here a lot. This may be around your stability or things that are happening in your personal life at home, about your foundational energy. And getting more creative means you just do it. You're being creative, not necessarily artistically, but expanding your horizons. Show me the strategy card in reverse for Sagittarius. You may be looking at a Gemini or Sagittarius. Gemini is on the opposite of you. All right. Gemini energy is about communication. Remember, our whole reading is about communication. And you may be running into issues because you didn't communicate a strategy, or you decided not to make a plan and you were focusing on love instead, or there may be a divine connection here. I'm seeing 2 angels, but these people are divinely appointed with one another. Sagittarius and Gemini may be coming together, But there is a lack of planning around this. And that might be something that you don't see coming in. Gemini and Sagittarius. Where Sagittarius needs to learn to communicate more. Anything else on that? Whoa. That's Gemini energy right there. And this might be the Geminis getting ready to walk away from a connection that is supposed to be divinely appointed. Or you might be walking away from a Gemini, headed toward a more singular position, headed toward your Nine of Pentacles. You may be headed toward a Queen of Wands, or like I said, be more into yourself. Sagittarius may be saying, I'm leaving this behind. I'm going over here. I'm going to invest in myself. You may not be wanting to make a plan with this. Or you might be making a choice to run away with this person. And no more, you might not be making plans about leaving this anymore. But either way, your self-confidence is building here. This is your feminine energy. You're more open and receptive. And your creativity will open that up. The opening and receptiveness, it will build your confidence. You might need to get some rest too. There's a contrast between a Capricorn, Cancer, Pisces as well that you're may be dealing with, okay? And, yeah. Get creative, Sagittarius. Let's look at Capricorn now. Capricorn. Show me the full moon energy for Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to work on here? Show me for Capricorn, spirit, angels, ancestors, guides. For Capricorn. There's something about time here, Capricorn. An investment of time. You may have to wait on something. You may be needing patience. You may have to continue an investment of time, investing more time into something. It's time to drop attachments, or you may be letting some people go here. You may be needing some patience around letting someone go or something. Let's get some more information for Capricorn. Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides. What do they need patience for, and why is the attachment card in reverse? Show me the patience card. Something about communication. You may have to slow down on your communication. Have more patience when you are communicating. What else? That's not feeling sad. No sadness there. Yeah, you don't need to feel bad about communicating and having the patience for yourself when it comes to communicating and not feeling bad about it. The truth needs to be had. These, you might have to tell the truth to your child, maybe an air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or it's a new opportunity for you to give a message of truth that you might have to have a lot of patience for. Show me the attachment in the reverse for Capricorn. What about that? You also might be losing at no choice of your own to a connection that you might have been attached to. And it's going to leave someone with an unlearned lesson, but you might not feel very put out about it. But you might not get much help around it either. Anything else about that, Capricorn? Yeah, there's a mother, a wife, Aries, Taurus, or Libra who is absolutely not in the upright here. Not doing the right thing, not carrying their weight. They have all the power in the world to do it, but they refuse to. This is somebody who's manipulating in a high place of power that's manipulating things. We're going to be dropping an attachment to that or because of that. All right, Capricorn? All right, let's move on. I named the signs, didn't I? Yeah. Let's go to Aquarius. Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides, show me Aquarius's. Oh, Lordy. Excuse me. Show me for Aquarius. And the full moon energy for Aquarius. I don't know why the sleepy bug just like... I had all the energy in the world when I started this. Yes, I'm drinking. I'm double fisted. Diet Pepsi and Diet Dunkin'. This was number 2, and I've let it get cold. I didn't drink enough of it. Maybe that's why I'm sleepy. Maybe that'll help. All right. For Aquarius. Sorry, Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to see here, Spirit? You got a lot to say? Appreciation. Being thankful. The number 6 card for maybe an equal give and take. You may be feeling all tied up right now at this time with the number 5 card. That's stuck between a rock and a hard place. Sometimes that's just all in your head. But then there's the angel of love here. Could be a water sign. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It also comes to the 4, really hanging on to that feeling. Believe it or not, you have love all around you, because I'm hearing that song. Love is all around you. Love keeps knocking outside your door. It's waiting for you. Guess this love thing just won't do. I think that's the words. Keep it on. You'll find love again, I know. You got to recognize different forms of love, Aquarius. You may feel trapped, but there's love all around you. Have an appreciation for those that do love you is the beginning to opening up that heart chakra a little more and actually calling more love in toward you. Gratefulness is a big deal. Show me appreciation for Aquarius. No more conflict. Don't fight. Love. Show me all tied up. Why are we all tied up? Needing a lot of patience or Sagittarian energy. We don't feel very sad about it, but we want to move really, really fast. Patience, temperance. Your angels are there to help you. There's 2 angels in this reading right here. You may be wanting to move fast. You don't want to have conflict. You want to be thankful. You're all tied up. Show me the angel of love for Aquarius. There's something about not wanting to hear the truth or not being open to receiving the truth, about a lack of justice, and something about nostalgic feelings, people from the past life connection. The number 6 card is here. There may be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or this may just be you that's getting a lack of justice, but there is a lot of love and you can feel the love, and it might be about your kids, or there's something deeper you need to look into regarding that concept and being grateful. You may get a very fast message coming in. It may not be very committal though, about a new message, a new opportunity, or something about a child who is a fire sign. Your intuition knows about it too. That's where your lack of happiness is. It's something about your kids, Aquarius. That communication, you need to communicate more about the feelings of rejection that you might feel around it, and that'll help things calm down for you and emotionally, okay? That's what your communication needs to be about. All right, let's look at Pisces. Messages for Pisces. Angels, ancestors, guides, spirits. For Pisces, for this full moon energy. What does Pisces need to know? What do they need to release? Show me Pisces. There are financial constraints here. Something about your earth energy. You may be really holding on to something for financial purposes that might not be the best. Why are those were stubborn. Something about walking away here and not listening to your spirit guides. The door to spirits in the reverse. You're looking behind you as you walk away, Pisces, or leaving something behind. It may cause financial constraints, or you might be looking at financial constraints as something that has to do with it. But somehow you're not listening to your guides about this, and that's something you need to work on, maybe. Show me for Pisces. Pisces, spirit, angels, ancestors, guides. You need to look into your life right now and consider whether it's happy or not. And then you need to ask yourself the question, do I want it to be this way for the rest of my life? If not, what can I do to change it? For Pisces. Show me financial constraints for Pisces. There may be a new opportunity on the table. It might be from water sign, or it just might be about emotions. Looking at your emotions around that. Show me the walking away card for Pisces. Yep, walking away, taking the trip, moving forward, going further. Might be something about a Cancerian energy. There might be some way you're feeling and you're not saying about it. You acting like everything's fine and it ain't. It's time to allow a death and rebirth cycle, or you might be also dealing with a Scorpio. This Scorpio or you may not feel left out or sad or anything about it, but or you may just be ignoring the fact. Transformation is at hand and needed. You may be forced into that transformation. You may be leaving behind a relationship, a person, place, or thing. Show me the door to spirit in reverse. Yep. You might end up doing something over with again, and it's going to be a really slow move because you didn't learn a lesson. You didn't pick it up back here. You didn't listen to the spirit. So you might have to repeat or circle back. If this hasn't happened already, then you really need to examine if you're walking away, what you're walking away from, and the reason why that happened, or what you're needing to leave behind. It might be an energy, it might be a person, it might be a thing. I don't know, but there will not be a celebration around this in the near future. Be careful about not getting enough rest. Make sure that you don't show your full hand. Be the Pisces you know you should be. The High Priestess knows a lot, but says little. That's a good Pisces. It takes a lot of strength to do that, but that's how you get yourself unstuck. All right, Pisces? You might be dealing with a Leo, a Pisces, a Cancer, or a Scorpio. All right? And last but not least, Aries. All right, let's see what Spirit's got for Aries. Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides for Aries. Show me what Aries needs to see for what they need to release for this full moon energy. For Aries. Get ready to take a trip, Aries. You might be traveling. It's about the journey, not the destination, Aries. Make sure you don't let your light go out when you travel. You're headed toward bigger and brighter things. The light gets brighter as you go further. You may be headed toward a divine connection of some kind. Might be headed toward a connection. Period. There's only the number 2 here. Your moments of financial constraint are leaving your life right now. Financial constraints coming in the reverse. So you may have been having financial constraints in the past. You're no longer having to deal with that anymore. It's the number 4. While you've been maintaining, you may be actually going to an equal give and take opportunity with this journey. Oh, that's all we got to get with this. We'll get the rest of it with this for Aries. Aries, that's good. Aries, you may need to learn to slow down enough to enjoy the journey and not always be trying to race forward toward your destination. I know you guys tend to do that a lot. You're like, oh, let's go. And then here you go. Off you go. Aries is just like, I'll go first. And here they go. Show me the journey for Aries. Getting ready to leave. No longer looking at options. Not looking at, you're figuring out, or you feel like you don't have any options. Coming unstuck. No longer tied up here. No longer juggling. You're supported. You're going off on your own to your wish fulfillment. And you may not be telling a damn soul. Aries might be getting the hell out of Dodge without a word to say about it. You might be standing on your own 2 feet and saying, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya. Show me the financial constraints in reverse. What does Aries need to work on? King of Wands. More self-confidence will lift financial constraints for you. So having the ability to walk away without worrying about what anybody else thinks about it. Maybe you've been too open with your words. Maybe you need to disappear for once without a word to say. without so much communication. Sometimes the holdback is a better communication. No answer is an answer sometimes. Something might have been keeping you up at night about not walking away, but your self-confidence to go the direction you want to go is good for you. The Wheel of Fortune is here, and it may just be turning in your favor, Aries. So you might be dealing with another Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But I think all this is more about you than it is about anybody else here. Yep. Those are all in reverse. All right. So what I'm going to do to close this out, since we got around the zodiac, is we're getting ready to do this outro. So let me put outro here. As I do with all the readings, we're going to get a little bit of advice. And I'm going to use the spiritual training deck that I have here. I already took out the cards from the other signs that I did. So this will be a brand new message for us. And let's see what Spirit has for the full moon energy, for the release, for the Scorpio full moon. Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides for the collective. A word of advice or homework for our Southeastern Soul Tribe Collective or any newbies that come here. I'm so thankful for everyone. What can they work on for this full moon energy to release and for their spiritual guidance and growth for their highest good? All right. One more. For our collective, Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides. Jeez. I was going to do this soul guidance too, but it fell way over here, so these two fell together, so we're going to look at those. So, release of things during full moon energy is nurturing thyself. This says honoring and taking care of your physical self should be a top priority when you're developing and using your abilities. Don't forget, you're the vessel for the reception and transmission of psychic energy. Nurturing yourself is not selfish, it's a necessity. I'm in agreement. So, you may be living a life of service and giving to others. Being a spiritual being asks for that sometimes. If you've chosen this card, then it's a timely reminder to ensure and you don't forget yourself in the process. Sometimes it's easy to forget to pay attention to your physical body, which can result in feeling tired, drained, or even moody. I'm tired right now. Remember that we're all made up of energy, and that energy is very precious and delicate and needs to be preserved and honored. All right? All right, and then linking with Spirit. It's the partnership card. It's blending with Spirit. The first and most important step to connect and communicate with Spirit, with your guides, is to create a solid and clear link. So only when the link with Spirit has been established can the delicate process of authentication and validation begin. Remember when I was looking at that and I was talking about their authenticity. So it didn't matter what they said. They were being authentic and real about it. That's the number one thing. So to practice linking, it's important for you to first become aware of how you sense Spirit. For some, it's a quickening, as though your whole body is vibrating, a sense of inner knowing or even seeing energy. Each and every one of us work in their own unique way, and no matter how you sense Spirit, just trust it's the right way for you, okay? So if you want to establish a strong link, you can breathe in the energy, which sends a clear signal that you're ready to connect in your heart and mind, and invite the Spirit to draw close and share their light and energy with you. If this is your first time, it's always best to do this with someone who's open to receiving a message, because they can transmute energy for you. And they can show you how to do it, or do guided meditation groups are really good. I've not been called to do that yet, but if any of you are interested, please email me and we'll get a group together and we'll work on a guided meditation for you. But you can also watch them on YouTube. Just be serious about it. You just have to want to do anything, right? So they'll help you validate and establish with a recognizable loved one or something like that. Either way, blending with spirit's important here. And that's another thing that you can pick up during the Scorpio full moon, is releasing your need to attachments to outer things or whatever. But first and foremost, get in touch with the way you feel and your emotions. And the way to do that is to eliminate out the other thought processes and really feel through your body. Other water energy people can talk to you about that if they're open and they're enlightened. They'll be able to tell you more about being able to feel your intuition, especially for air signs. Air signs, they think their emotions first. This whole time, they think they're in love. The whole time, they think they're feeling certain things. They don't know the half of it. They think this is the emotion. Air signs think too much sometimes, and then they never even allow themselves to fully feel them. And once you feel them, you can actually express them properly. So air signs are in their head too much. You know, your water signs, they know how to do it the most accurate. Their intuition is going to be more heightened, and they recognize it as intuition a little more than the rest of us do. But emotions are the beginning of that, and the feeling, okay? All right, guys. From me to you, Southeastern Soul Tribe wishes you love and light. And until next time, I hope this full moon phase, which is going on, remember Mercury retrograde, we'll be coming to the end of it a few more days, and we'll be to the end of it, and your communication should get a little bit better, okay? I love each and every one of you. Until next time, love and light. Mwah.